Nigeria, Senegal, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and Niger. Their presidents on an extraordinary mission in Bamako aimed at ending Mali's political crisis.
We are here to meet President Keita and the various parties concerned to bring peace and ensure that Mali returns on the path of stability for the sake of the whole region.
Outside their meeting, demonstrators supporting Malian opposition leader Soumaïla Cissé. He remains missing after being abducted during the parliamentary elections in April.
It is time for these African heads of state to intervene in the actions of Boubacar and his government to bring Soumaïla Cissé back to his family safe and sound as soon as possible.
In his absence, an unprecedented protest movement calling itself the M5. Among its leader, Imam Mahmoud Dicko, but also leaders of the opposition and civil society, all calling for President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita to resign. Police fired bullets in July as demonstrators attempted to set fire to the National Assembly, build roadblocks, and seize control of the national TV station. The West African regional organization ECOWAS made a series of recommendations on Sunday to end the crisis, including setting up a new constitutional court to rule over 31 contested parliamentary seats and creating a national unity government. But the M5 rejected the recommendations and demands the resignation of President Keita.
They are blaming the crisis in Mali to the issue of the second round of the legislative elections. I think this is a fundamental mistake. The main issue is that Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, when he came to power in 2013, had specific pledges, which is ending the war in the north.
Millions of Malians fled years of fighting between Mali's army and armed groups linked to Al-Qaeda and ISIL in the north and center of the country. Attacks in Mali and neighboring countries continue despite 14,000 French and UN troops based in the Sahel. 7 years after becoming president, Keita's critics say he's failed to deliver peace and is unable to unite Malians seeking a better future.
And Nicolas Haque joins me now from Dakar in neighbouring Senegal. Nick, these 5 regional leaders who came to Bamako only really had one day to try and solve the problem. They've been talking all day. There was supposed to be a final communique. What are you hearing?
Well, as you said, one day to resolve this crisis is just too short. They were 4 hours behind schedule. Right now, we're hearing that police are dispersing journalists and crowds that have gathered outside the hotel, where inside 4 of the heads of states are meeting with the opposition, the M5 movement, including Mahmoud Dicko. President Ouattara left a little bit earlier today to attend to some matters in his country, Ivory Coast. So no final communique to take place tonight. In the meantime, we have heard from a statement coming out of Paris because a French soldier was killed today, part of the commando unit in the region of Gossi by the borders with Burkina Faso inside Mali. Remember, there's 4,000 French soldiers here in what is the former colony of France. They're closely monitoring the situation here. They don't want to step in or pronounce themselves, but they're backing the ECOWAS mediation effort. We're hearing that there may be later this week an extraordinary summit of the West African body and of the heads of state to address the issue in Mali. So the negotiations continue. So,
Nicolas, just for our international audience, can you just explain to us why Mali is so strategically important in terms of security for regional neighbours, which is why those very presidents are in the capital right now trying to find a way forward that would secure their own security for their countries?
That's right, and we're talking about Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, and Niger. Niger has been a site of many attacks from armed groups. We're talking about armed groups as Jamaat Nusratul Islam al-Muslimin, an Al-Qaeda affiliate, and the Islamic State in the Greater Sahara, which has really expanded its area of attacks, even attacking northern Ivory Coast. So the stability of Mali is the stability of the region. They want to see, these heads of states want to see security in that region. Not only the regional powers here, it's the argument put forward by President Macron and the European Union, that securing the borders of Europe starts by securing stability of Mali. Remember, the north of Mali is used for the movement of migrants who then cross to the Mediterranean. It's also used for illegal traffic, such as drugs. This month, we've seen a new force, the Takuba force, that involves European special forces that will be patrolling this area of northern Mali. So it's of a strategic importance, not just for Mali, but for the region as a whole and for Europe, to find a solution to this political deadlock in Mali. So much is at stake. So,
indeed. For the moment, Nicolas Haque in Dakar, Senegal, thank you for the update. Let's stay on message and join Marie-Rogier Biloa, is the President and CEO of Africa International Media Group, joins me now live from Paris. Good to have you with us live on the programme. No rerun of an election, no coalition government, regional leaders hard-pressed to find a solution. But is there one?
Oh, that is very difficult. I think, first of all, the Malians themselves, those who were protesting in the streets, they don't believe at all in a mediation by ECOWAS because they believe that the first thing the ECOWAS will be eager to do is to maintain one of a president like themselves, the leaders of ECOWAS. So, and that's something they don't want at all. I mean, of course, removing one person will not solve all the problem of Mali, because we just heard about the security issue. Mali is bordering 7 countries and has like over 7,000 kilometer borders with the Sahel countries, and there's a security issue, but there is also something which is huge in this in the current turmoil is corruption. I mean, the Malian civil society, you see people protesting under the rule of the Imam Dicko. The Mali is of majority Muslim countries, but not only Muslims are in the streets.
No.
You have some Christians too, you have trade unions, so it's about...
Let me just jump in there, because I think that's what our next question will be, really, is that the regional leaders that have come to Mali and to Bamako to speak to M5 coalition, the opposition that many of the people are supporting on the streets, are a disparate group, aren't they? As you just suggested, some of them are religious leaders, some of them are civil society, some of them are union leaders. They all have different needs and different wants for Mali. It's difficult for those regional presidents to try and negotiate with a disparate opposition that really have different political positions, isn't it?
Okay, for sure. And what they have put forward was to maintain President Boubacar in place. They say you cannot remove an elected president during his term. You have to wait, and the constitution is important. But the point is, the Constitutional Court has been dissolved by President Boubacar himself, because it was contested. They were one of the claims of the protesters, because that court has nullified parliamentary seats in a fraudulent way, they believe, and concerning 31 contenders. And that's one of the claims, that they need to have a new election. They don't want that court. They have to dismiss them, what the president had tried to do, but it's not happening because they are resisting. The court is resisting. And also they want a new government. They want President Keita to leave. And I think that point they won't succeed in having it right now. So they say, if we don't get him out of the job, his power must be restricted, and he has to share power with opposition until the end of the term.
OK, well, we shall see what happens. Marie-Rogier Biloa joining us from Paris. Thanks so much for your time.